Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Janavallabha Givaradhari. Gopi Janavallabha Givaradhari. Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Janavallabha Givaradhari. Gopi Janavallabha Givaradhari. Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Astutar Shatashri Srimad. His Divine Grace Srila Abhay Charnarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Astotar Shata Shri Srimad. His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Srila Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai. Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki Jai. Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Govardhana Dari ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru, Shri Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamane. Namaste Saraswate Deve, Gauravani Pachayane, Nirvishesha, Shunyavadi, Paschachade Shatarne. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna. So welcome everyone to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita class this morning. Before I start, just some hopeful housekeeping. Can I have a glass of water, please, if that's possible? And number two, Tom, can you make it a little bit louder so that the mic picks me up from here? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. That's good? Okay, thank you. Reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, Chapter 1, text number 82. The chapter is entitled The Later or Latter Pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. Please repeat after me. Tomara charana mora vrajapura gare. Tomara charana mora vrajapura gare. Udaya karaye yade tabe vanchapure. Udaya karaye yadi tabe vanchapure. Tomara charana mora vrajapura gare. Udaya karaye yadi tabe vanchapure. Charana Mura Vrajapura Gare. Udaya Karaya Yadi Tabe Vanchapure. Please chant. Tomara Charana Mura Vrajapura Gare. Udaya Karaya Yadi Tabe Vanchapure. Vaishnavis, Mura Vrajapura Gare. Anyone else? Tomara, your Charana, lotus feet. Mora, my Vrajapura Gare, at the home in Vrindavan. Udaya, awaken. Karaye, I do. Yadi, if. Tabe, then. Vancha, desires. Pure, are fulfilled. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Abhay Charanaravinda, Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. The gopis thought, Dear Lord, if your lotus feet again come to our home in Vrindavan, our desires will be fulfilled. Purport. Oh, please repeat after me. The gopis thought, Dear Lord, if your lotus feet again come to our home in Vrindavan, our desires will be fulfilled. Purport. In his Anubhashya, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur comments, quote, The gopis are purely engaged in the service of the Lord without motive. They are not captivated by the opulence of Krishna, nor by the understanding that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Close quote. Naturally, the gopis were inclined to love Krishna, for he was an attractive young boy of Vrindavan village. Being village girls, they were not very much attracted to the field of Kurukshetra, where Krishna was present with elephants, horses, and royal dress. Indeed, they did not very much appreciate Krishna in that atmosphere. Krishna was not attracted by the opulence or personal beauty of the gopis, but by their pure devotional service. Similarly, the gopis were attracted to Krishna as a cowherd boy, not in sophisticated guise. Lord Krishna is inconceivably powerful. To understand him, great yogis and saintly persons give up all material engagements and meditate upon him. Similarly, those who are overly attracted to material enjoyment, to enhancement of material opulence, to family maintenance, or to liberation from the entanglements of this material world. Take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But such activities and motivations are unknown to the gopis. They are not at all expert in executing such auspicious activities. Already transcendentally enlightened, they simply engage their purified senses in the service of the Lord in the remote village of Vrindavan. The gopis are not interested in dry speculation, in the arts, in music, or other conditions of material life. They are bereft of all understanding of material enjoyment and renunciation. Their only desire is to see Krishna return and enjoy spiritual, transcendental pastimes with them. The gopis want him simply to stay in Vrindavan so that they can render service unto him for his pleasure. There is not even a tinge of personal sense gratification. Tomara charanamura vrajapura gare udaya karaye yadi tabe vanchapure. Om Jnana Tramandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Shtapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunath Tam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschacha Deshatarane Vancha Kalpatubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. It's my great honor and pleasure, and I'm so grateful to be here this morning, here in New Govardhana Farm in New South Wales, NSW, or as one devotee told me yesterday, NSW means New Spiritual World. Hari Bol. So by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and his beloved devotees, we're all here this morning, having the beautiful darshan of their lordships, Shri Shri Radha Govardhandari, Shri Shri Gaurnitai, Shri Shri Krishna Balaram, and having the audio darshan of Shri Chaitanya Caritamrita, the nectarian book that Srila Prabhupada took shelter of during his journey across the Atlantic Ocean on the Jaladuta when he was traveling from India to America, approximately 40 days on the boat. And he had 2 heart attacks on the boat. The ocean was so rough, he was so seasick. But he writes in the Jaladuta diary, Srila Prabhupada kept a diary during his journey, that I'm taking shelter of the nectarine passages of Chaitanya Caritamrita. So Chaitanya Caritamrita is the biography, one of several biographies of Lord Chaitanya. There's Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Mangal, and Chaitanya Caritamrita are the most prominent biographies. And this is just such a wonderful book. It's described as the postgraduate study in spiritual life. It's the highest topics. The Bhagavad Gita is like the college education in spiritual life. And the Srimad Bhagavatam is like the master's degree or the doctorate degree. And the Chaitanya Caritamrita is the postgraduate study. It's like really exalted. And this morning when Vasudhara Prabhu, he invited me to speak on this topic because His Holiness Bir Krishna Goswami Maharaj was scheduled to speak today, but due to the rains and the rising river, the moat around New Govardhana is flooded. So Maharaj was not inclined to swim for it. So thus I have the good fortune of having the opportunity to be purified by speaking Chaitanya Caritamrita. And it's such an exalted topic, I feel very unqualified to speak on this topic, especially this section of Chaitanya Caritamrita is speaking about the internal mood of Lord Chaitanya in his mood as Srimati Radharani, because Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is both Radha and Krishna in one body. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. Nahi means not and Anya means different. So Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is both Radha and Krishna together in one body. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is experiencing the bhav, the mood and emotions of Srimati Radharani. And they're being expressed here in these verses. So this is truly the highest topics practically that we could discuss, the internal mood of Srimati Radharani. So I feel utterly unqualified to speak on this topic. So I seek the blessings and prayers of the devotees present that I can speak something for my own purification and for the pleasure of Vaishnavas, Srila Prabhupada and their lordships. So please pray for me and give me your blessings that I can speak something of value. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. So we're reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, Chapter 1, entitled The Later Pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. And it's in these later pastimes that the mood of Srimati Radharani begins to manifest more and more. It's only the Madhya Lila, Chapter 1. We still have the whole Madhya Lila to go through. And then the Antya Lila, the last part. So it gets higher and higher. It's really exalted level of scripture. Krishnadas Kaviraj, the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita, also gives an analogy. He says that the sky is vast and unlimited, and I am just a small bird. So how high can I fly in the sky? But to the extent of my capacity, I will do my best to fly as high as I can. So in this way, the speaker of Chaitanya Charitamrita and all scriptures is in a similar conundrum, that the scriptures are unlimitedly vast, and the speakers, at least myself, are so limited. I feel like a dwarf trying to touch the moon. It's just like so exalted. But we fly to the best of our capacity, to whatever capacity we have, limited capacity. So, in the verse today, we're hearing about the mood of the gopis of Vrindavan, the mood of Srimati Radharani and the gopis of Vrindavan, that they have absolutely zero desire for any sense gratification. They have zero desire for any personal gain. They have zero desire for any personal benefit. Their only desire is the pleasure of Krishna. And it's a very simple mood, a very simple desire. Their only desire is to serve. And we spoke yesterday about the mood between the husband and the wife. The husband should be an exalted devotee of Krishna and the spiritual master, and the wife should have a desire to serve him so that together they can advance in devotional service. And Mataji yesterday shared a very, very touching experience that she had with her husband that I've just been meditating on all day yesterday. It's so heart-touching that her husband went astray, was distracted by the material energy, by other women, and when she confronted him with this, he offered her the opportunity, why don't you also enjoy separately from me? But she declined that in a very simple mood and said, my only desire is to serve the Lord, in this case, Lord Jesus Christ, that I have relationship with him, and I made a vow that my marriage would be, I will be chaste in my marriage. I will not be deviated. And then, as a result of her mood, her husband's consciousness was risen up, and he became a great devotee. So I was reminded of one story. I just want to share that there was a married couple, a woman and a man, husband and wife, and the husband had a desire to enjoy with a particular prostitute. She was very young and beautiful. So the husband became very dark and morose and sad, and the wife could understand something is wrong. So the wife asked the husband, my dear husband, what is wrong? You appear so morose. Is there something I can do for you? So he revealed his mind to her, and he said, my dear wife, I don't know why, but my mind is attracted to this particular prostitute. I want to enjoy with her. I just can't get her out of my mind. So the wife was so dedicated to her husband that she went to the prostitute and asked the prostitute, "Can I serve you?" And the prostitute accepted service from the wife for an extended period of time, something like 1 year. And after the 1 year was up, the prostitute asked the wife, "You've served me so nicely. Is there something I can do for you?" And the wife said, "My poor husband has this desire to enjoy with you. Would you kindly fulfill his desires?" And the prostitute was so overwhelmed with appreciation for the wife that she's so dedicated to her husband that she would even want to offer her services so her husband could come and enjoy with a prostitute. She could hardly even imagine it. She said, "Yes, yes, whatever I can do to fulfill your desires. Tell your husband to come and see me." So the husband was delighted with the good news, came to see the prostitute, and the prostitute said, "Before we enjoy together, I would like to serve you a meal. Please sit down." So the husband was happy to sit down, and she served him a wonderful meal with so many tasty preparations. The interesting thing was when she served the meal, each preparation was served twice in 2 different pots. One was a clay pot and one was a golden pot, each with the same 2 preparations. So we saw clay pot, golden pot, clay pot, golden pot, clay pot, golden pot, etc., etc. So many preparations. The husband was about to begin to eat, and he asked the prostitute, "Why 2 pots for every preparation?" And she said, "It's the same preparation. One is in a golden pot and one is in a clay pot. It's the same sense gratification that you want to enjoy with me that you can enjoy with your wife. It's just a different kind of pot." And gaining this realization, he understood from the prostitute that I have made a big mistake. My wife is so loyal and chaste, and her only desire is to please me. And his heart was melted. He left the prostitute without enjoying with her, and he went back to his wife, and he was loyal to his wife for the rest of his life. So from this story, we can also learn the value of being in the mood to serve without desiring anything for ourselves, even if it means a sacrifice. And this is the mood of the gopis of Vrindavan. They do not desire anything for themselves. They just desire the pleasure of Krishna, even at the risk of personal sacrifice. One time, Lord Krishna told Narada Muni, "Oh Narad, I have a headache. Is there anything that can be done?" And Narada Muni said, "I can go try to find a doctor. We can bring some medicines for you that could be helpful." And Lord Krishna replied, "Actually, Narad, the only thing that will cure my headache is the dust of the feet of my devotees." So Narad was surprised. Oh Krishna, oh my Lord, how can any of your devotees provide the dust from their feet? Because anyone whose dust goes on the head of the Lord, they'll go to hell. And everyone knows that. Lord Krishna said, "Just try, just ask my devotees." So then to make a long story short, Narada Muni goes and visits many different kinds of devotees in Dwarka, and in different parts of the universe, and he appeals to all of them, please offer your dust to Lord Krishna. He has a headache. And they all declined. No, no, we'll go to hell if we give the dust of our feet to Krishna. So then Narad went to Sri Vrindavan Dham. Sri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. And he went to the gopis of Vrindavan. And he said, Lord Krishna has a headache. He needs the dust of the feet of his devotees. Please provide the dust. And the gopis immediately said, yes, yes, please take the dust from our lotus feet. Please take that dust. And Narad said, don't you know that you'll go to hell if you give the dust of your feet for the head of Krishna? And the gopis said, we don't care. We just want Lord Krishna's pleasure. We just want him to feel good. We want his headache to go away. So take the dust, scrape it off, here, take it. And they immediately gave the dust of their feet to Narada Muni to give to Krishna. So this story illustrates that even at the risk of going to hell, the gopis were ready to sacrifice everything for Lord Krishna's pleasure. They did not desire anything except the pleasure of Krishna. And this is the mood that Rupa Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami is trying to bring to us in his teachings. In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and we're called Rupa Anugas, followers of Rupa Goswami. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, there's a very famous verse that describes this point. Please repeat after me. Anya vilasita shunyam, Shunya, Jnana karma anavritam, Jnana karma anavritam, Anukulyena Krishnanu, Anukulyena Krishnanu, Shilanam Bhaktir Uttama, Shilanam Bhaktir Uttama. So Rupa Goswami says that Anya vilasita shunyam jnana karma anavritam. Our bhakti, our devotion to Krishna should have zero connection with jnana, impersonal liberation, and karma, and fruitive activities, the desire to do something for Krishna to get some personal benefit or result. Jnana, karma, anavritam. Anukulyena Krishnanu. That anukul, favorable, our service should be pleasing to Krishna and make Krishna happy. Anukulyena Krishnanu, Shilanam Bhaktir Uttama. This is the topmost bhakti. And this is the bhakti of the gopis. Now this is an amazing section of Srimad Chaitanya Caritamrita. Lord Chaitanya is dancing in the Ratha Yatra, and in the middle of it he starts to sing what some might consider to be cinema songs. Talks about the relationships between young boys and young girls. Avasheshe Radha Krishna Kare Nivedan, Se Ami, Se Tumi, Se Nava Sangama. Verses like this, Lord Chaitanya is chanting that I am the same young girl, you are the same young boy. It's like we have met for the first time. And then the mood goes further that here we are in Kurukshetra and you are in the garb of a prince, and I just want you to come back with me to Vrindavan. In Kurukshetra, there are horses, there are elephants, there's armies, there's a lot of chariots and so much noise and ruckus. Please come back to Vrindavan, where it's very quiet and we can hear the sound of the Jamuna underneath the Kadamba tree and the sweet scent and fragrance of malati flowers in the air. And sometimes we can hear the sound of the soft rain. Please come back with me to Vrindavan. be with me in that place. This is a strong desire of Srimati Radharani and the gopis, not for any personal sense gratification, but just to give Krishna pleasure. Please come back to Vrindavan where we can serve you, where we can please you. So, Gauranga Prabhu gives a wonderful example that the gopis, they want access to Krishna to please him, but Kurukshetra is not the place because of all the noise and the ruckus and the different mood. So imagine that you just finished a Nirjal Ekadashi. You're hungry, 24 hours, no food, no water, and someone brings you a big feast right in front of you. It's got so many wonderful preparations. Steam is coming off the rice. The smell, it's so fragrant. And you're ready to dive into that prasadam. But then you notice that there's a locked glass case covering the prasadam, and you can't access it. Your desire for that prasadam increases more and more. So similarly, the gopis of Vrindavan, they're desiring to serve Krishna, give Krishna pleasure, but he's in Kurukshetra, they can't do it. So the desire to serve Krishna increases more and more and more. The Rath Yatra pastime is the pastime of bringing Krishna back to Vrindavan. The Jagannath Mandir represents Dwarka. The Gundicha Mandir, where Jagannath comes on Rath Yatra, represents Vrindavan. So the Rath Yatra festival represents our opportunity to assist Srimati Radharani and the gopis in bringing Krishna back to Vrindavan where they can serve him. So this is their greatest desire, and that is why the Rath Yatra festival gives us access to the greatest mercy, because we can please and serve Srimati Radharani and the gopis. So in this section of Chaitanya Caritamrita, we're hearing how Rupa Goswami has expressed this mood of Lord Chaitanya, of the mood of Srimati Radharani, desiring to serve Krishna. Lord Chaitanya embraces Rupa Goswami for understanding that mood. And there's a discussion, which we're discussing now, in which the pure love of the gopis, without any personal motive or desire for personal enjoyment, and only pure desire for the pleasure of Krishna is discussed. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Are there any comments or questions or discussion or feedback? Okay, 1, 2.
Hare Krishna, another really enlightening class. I really appreciate you. There's a story that I've heard over the years about His Holiness Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada's great spiritual master. And he was talking about, these Vaishnava books that we're so fortunate to read and immerse ourselves in. And he talks about a flood, and he's holding onto all these books. The Bhagavad Gita, the Bhagavatam, the CC. And he's letting each book go, but he says there's one book that he never lets go of, and that's the CC. Do you know, can you talk more about that? Have you ever heard about that?
This is the first time I've heard this story.
Okay.
Nirmal Prabhu, you want to share something? Yeah? Yeah, same
Yeah.
story. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Nirmal Prabhu can
I heard that he
confirm.
let the Bhagavad Gita go, then the Srimad Bhagavatam, and was just,
Yeah.
yeah.
What did he say?
That he was saying just don't let it go. Yeah.
Yeah.
The importance of these books.
Yeah, these books are our life raft in the ocean of material existence.
Yeah.
We're all struggling here in this ocean of material existence, experiencing the ups and downs of the modes of material nature, sattva gun, rajagun, tamagun. But if we can just hold on to the life raft of the Chaitanya Charitamrita and other great scriptures you mentioned, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, then we can be saved. We can cross over this ocean of material existence. For one who takes shelter of Guru and the Shastras, the ocean of material existence that's seemingly insurmountable becomes as small and easy to cross over as the small puddle of water in the hoofprint of a calf. So yes, this is our bridge to cross over the ocean of material existence. So
Thank you
for sharing the glories of Chaitanya Charitamrita with us.
So when it's flooded like this, we have to carry 3 books with us: Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita, and rest everything. We are crossing the ocean, and then flood is more, we can't carry the weight, so we have to drop Bhagavad Gita first. Then the weight is so much, we can't able to cross even one step, we can drop the Bhagavatam. But we should carry Chaitanya Charitamrita till the end. That's the only savior from the miseries of this ocean.
Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki
Jai.
Jai. Over here, Mataji would like to share something.
Thank you, Maharaj, for the class. I have a question. You're talking about the elevated position of the gopis, that they had no personal desire for anything. So I've heard that we can also do devotional service in the 3 modes of material nature. So could you talk about the symptoms of that, so that we can check it in our own consciousness? Because sometimes we see, especially with the modern day or social media, you need an audience to do devotional service, and then when there's no audience, then even you see something that needs to be done, sometimes it's not done. So that subtle also desire for name, fame, profit, adoration, but without that questioning that, why am I doing this? So could you talk about the subtle...
Thank you for your nice question. Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityaitan sagunan samatit brahma bhuyaya kalpate. That we should perform devotional service that is beyond the modes of material nature. And by performing devotional service, gradually we can come to that platform. In the early stages of bhakti, and even in the middle stages of bhakti, some taint or some tinge or some contamination or some alloy. Srila Prabhupada says unalloyed devotional service. That means that we may also have alloyed devotional service that's mixed with something. It may be mixed with desire for bhukti, mukti, siddhi, kami. It may be desire for pride, adoration, and distinction. Like you mentioned, the social media. If I'm not getting likes, why should I post, right? Then there are devotional service performed in a mode of goodness, the mode of passion, the mode of ignorance. Like if we're doing devotional service with some desire to get some benefit, some name, some fame. Name, fame, glory Same old story. There's a disease called AIDS. You heard of AIDS, right? AIDS. You heard of that? Have you heard of a disease called PADS? P-A-D-S? Pride, Adoration, Distinction Syndrome. So this, when we're infested or infected with this disease of desiring some personal profit or gain or adoration, then our devotional service is mixed. It's alloyed with the modes of material nature. So how to purify it? We stay in the process. You put an iron rod in the fire, it becomes like fire. Associate with pure devotees, and eventually we'll also become practicing pure devotees. Kacha am, an unripe mango, becomes a paka am, a ripe mango, by staying on the tree, getting the wind and the rain and the sun, gradually becoming ripe. I was recently visiting one community, and they have Kirtan Mela. That's one of their programs. And the Kirtan coordination team in charge met with me to ask me different questions. I do the service of ISKCON's Kirtan minister, so they said, you're a good person to discuss this with. So they said, sometimes if we have the lunch slot or the first slot, people, even if we give them the slot, they won't come. They say, no audience will be there. Why should I chant at that time? Everyone's having lunch. I'll be the only one sitting there chanting. Or if you give me the first slot, everyone's having breakfast or everyone hasn't come yet. It's too early. So people, devotees, sometimes refuse to chant in those slots. So my question was, if the pujari is offering the 4 o'clock artik and no one is there in the congregation, should the pujari wait until other people show up? No, the pujari has on time. The puja is for Krishna. It's for Krishna's enjoyment. So similarly, our service is for Krishna's enjoyment. Whether other people appreciate or not, that is not our business. Our business is to strive for Krishna's enjoyment. Does that answer your question? Thank you very much. I'm going to stop here. It's time. I hear the bell. Grantaraj Sri Chaitanya Caritamrita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.